Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Otakuology Podcast. I'm your host, Otaku Mike, and with me, as always, is my heterosexual podcast life partner, Jane Graves, aka The Bard's Tavern. What is up, buddy?
Nothing much.
Are
Just
you excited for our second live stream?
yeah, all the
Even though
time.
it's I feel like I gotta be honest. Like every time we pop on the stream yard, I just have like a flood of memories like come back to me
You're like,
when we
oh
used to do this like all the time
yeah,
for other things like our other channels and whatnot.
yeah. But look, we looking even better than when we did
I
before. So
know we've aged like fine wine. You
you're
know,
like,
I went back and watched when we did I watched episode 1 or 2, like I think it was episode 2 of the Sassy Otaku Bitches the other day. I
yeah,
watched it. I watched it, and I was like, "Man, like, what happened to us?" Because that was only like 4 years ago. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago.
yeah,
I was like, I feel like we've aged better, and we're better at podcasting than we used to be. 'Cause
definitely.
I kind of feel like it's very much like we were like on the seat of our pants type of thing when we were like
Yeah,
podcasting and stuff, you know. But we haven't talked in a while. Well, we talked like last week, but that was for the podcast. But personally, we haven't talked.
sure we
Yeah,
have.
professionally, we've talked. Uh,
Sure we have.
but what has been going on in your neck of the woods, sir?
Learning some new games, getting into some old video games,
Ooh, like
just
what?
stuff like that.
Like
Uh,
like what specific like video games?
Fallout Shelter.
That's not an old game.
Yeah, it is.
That's not like retro.
That's like old. Like
Are
I
you
played that like years ago.
no.
I've moved houses twice since then.
You've moved houses twice since then?
Yeah. The weird thing is I downloaded it. I re-downloaded, I think, on my PS4, and it
Yeah.
was like you have to create a new account, like it didn't know who I was. And
Oh,
then
really?
I just re-downloaded. I was like, I kind of get a hankering for playing it because you don't have to do too awful much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And anyway, I logged on and it said, "Oh, you have this vault that's pre-existing. You want to play it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it was my vault from like years ago. So I
Yeah.
click on it, and I mean, when I tell you this vault has like almost 200 rooms to it, it has almost 200 rooms to it.
I
Like,
that was one game I never really got into was Fallout Shelters.
yeah.
Because I
Well,
was like,
I did, and I mean, I've done part of the Christmas one, I've done part of the Halloween one, some of the St. Patrick's Day. So I have
yeah.
like those outfits and stuff,
Hmm.
and I was like, wow, I still have all this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to go back to like old games and stuff. But that was one I could never get into was Fallout Shelters. Like I got into Fallout. Like I love Fallout.
Yeah,
But like that was one I never really got in. Did you ever play like Elder Scrolls?
not really. I
Not
mean,
really.
I have like the first one, but I never really got into it.
Did you see they remade completely like Oblivion? Did you ever get into
Yeah.
like Oblivion? Yeah.
I know of it. I've played a little
Uh,
bit of it, but not a lot.
See, I feel like that would be like right up your alley because it was like all the swords and sorcery type of stuff.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
There's just some
know,
of those. Like my whole thing of why I like Fallout Shelter so much is that I could set it and kind of forget it.
okay.
Obviously, I set it and forget it for too long, but it was really cool logging back in and saying it like, "Hey, you got 20 things to open up, like freebies," and I was like, "What the fuck?"
And you're like, I'm addicted again to
No, I
this.
was like, let's see what I get. I got a Saint Bernard puppy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's like pets you can put with your guys
Yeah,
too,
there's like there's dog meat,
and
right?
then like the little mystery lunch boxes.
Yeah,
Uh, it's like, hey, you got like 10 of these, and so I just started popping those. I was like, okay, for free, pop. What do I get? Pop. What do I get?
yeah.
And I had one of my guys like reliving what some of the names were and stuff. Uh, and I had one guy that was completely maxed out, so it was just a
Uh-huh.
lot of like nostalgia, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, "Ah, I know these names, I know these guys.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I don't know why I thought you would be in Elder Scrolls because that game was big. You should get into it. You should get into it and start doing like
Some of
dream.
them, some of them, it's because of how they're branded. Like if everybody gets into stuff, it's really hard for me to get into it unless I'm already into it.
You need to start like streaming like Jin's Oblivion Adventures. You know,
I mean, I could do that for Baldur's Gate
I
right
mean, you could,
now
yeah,
because
yeah.
I just started playing that and I'm like, I don't know if I like this because I don't have anybody to play with.
Um, I mean, I thought, I mean, don't you have like the computer characters to play with?
Yeah, but that's not fun.
I mean, it could be. You could get into that. I don't know.
I need somebody to be like, "Hey, you want to play? I'll give you some tips and tricks." And I'll be like, "Hell
Even
yeah,
tips and
let's do it."
tricks. I just gotta say, so like,
I also got into another game
what
which it says that it has my saved file, but it's completely new, so I have no idea.
is it corrupted?
No, it says like I think it's just because the game was so outdated. And
Oh,
now kind of like how how like some of the stuff that you and I played where we had like uh you have like an Epic account for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, this other game now has an account that is kind of like an Epic account. I can't remember the name of it because it just asked me. I tried it out for a little while, but it's the one that you and I
Eh,
played,
what was that?
Generation Zero.
I have no idea what these are. Are these video games? Scheduled One and Repo? I don't know what those are. See, I'm old and I don't keep up with these
Oh,
if these are video games.
I don't know what Schedule One is, but Repo, I've heard a lot about that. My coworker plays it.
What is it?
It's kind of like a you mine stuff from the land or whatever, and then you build like electronics and stuff.
Okay. Okay. My
So
coworker, I don't remember what my coworker was playing, but he was playing this game where you had to do stuff in like a factory, I think it was. And I think you have to like make a rocket ship or something. I don't remember what it was called, but he was been playing that. Um,
no, that
uh,
kind of sounds like No Man's Sky, but that's on planet
no, 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 it's not No Man's Sky. 'Cause he said it was in a factory. Um, I don't remember what it is. See, I
working
don't.
working in a factory Sims
Yeah, factory work sims.
or simulator.
sim- dude, dude. So like, we can talk about this now. Uh, I played Hentai Shop Simulator, and I got you to play it. What were your thoughts on that?
Hated it.
It was so fucking bad.
It was horrible.
I think it's probably the worst $6 I ever paid for a fucking game.
And then I found out that there is like a rom-com game simulator.
Oh no,
And
really?
and if you look at the pictures, they basically took all of it but reskinned. Like they took all the books that were in the hentai simulator
Yeah.
and just reskinned them as like rom-com video games. What's
Oh
up,
really?
Justin?
It's
Yeah.
just the hook, and then we have Bo versus the world. Bo always throws me off with his name changes that he has going on because it was Bo knows and then Bo something else. I don't remember what it was, and now
Let's
it's
go
Bo versus
watch.
the world.
Then it's gonna be Bojangles.
But yeah, so like, God, I feel like I want my time and money back from that fucking game. Like it was ridiculous. Like
Uh I agree.
what little to no effort was put into that game, and then they got my money because it was hentai related, but then it's not really hentai related. I feel like they just AI generated this game and took things for it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I feel like that's what they kind of did, but did the models. Um, they did models with changing out like the products.
It should be Mr. Bojangles next. Got to put the Mr. Bo in front of it.
Mr. Bo.
Yeah.
Mr. Bo has a nice ring to it, like you're a science
Mr.
teacher.
Bo. Yeah, that kind of has a nice
Mr.
ring to it.
Bo.
But so like
Mr. Bobo. Instead of
Mr.
like
Bo
Bobo.
Bo 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 Bo
No, that's too much.
Bo 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 Bo.
Copyright. That's what that shit is.
Copyright. What if it's Mr. Bo 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 Jangles?
I mean, I guess you could get away with it then.
But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, that game fucking sucks, and I deleted it so fast, and for good reason, because it was most. I don't think I like simulator games. After that, I think I might be done with simulator games.
To say, I have to say, yeah. Between that and I did a TCG simulator, and I thought there was going to be a little more to it, and it wasn't.
Yeah. So like recently, like getting back into the whole like doing content for like YouTube and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bo Staff. I don't know. I feel like that kind of has like a dirty like double entendre to it. It's a little weird. I don't know if I like Mr. Bojangles better. But getting back into like YouTube and stuff, it's been getting
Mr.
me
Beauregard.
Beauregard. There we go. Yeah. It's been getting me like an itch to start like I mean I still like collect stuff, but go back into like my old ways of like collecting anime and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm going down the right path for this, and I might be opening up a giant can of worms
Okay.
with collecting and stuff. Like I'm already kind of at like the threshold of like how much anime I have at the moment. I took a picture and posted it on our Instagram page. And I just got on there and I was like, I'm gonna look on eBay and see what exactly like stuff is going for. I don't like Mr.
Yeah.
Bowtie Cat. That's stupid. That's stupid. I don't like it.
What if
And
we
I'm like,
what if we cut the cat off? You know, it could be
Mr. Bowtie?
Mr.
I don't know.
Bowtie.
I don't know. I don't know. But looking at like the secondhand market for like anime, things I feel like have gotten crazy again. Like I feel like beforehand we were kind of at like a slump and you could get things for like super cheap.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're going back up and ramping it up and getting there where like things are just becoming somewhat unattainable and somewhat unreasonably unpriced. So like I pulled something out of my collection.
Yeah.
I picked this up for like $5 like 4 years ago because nobody fucking wanted this.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted this in there. So I have right here Samurai Pizza Cats on Blu-ray. This thing's going for almost $300 on eBay right now.
The worst part is you should have bought like 12 of those.
I should have bought 12 of them. Yeah, prices are getting out of even at half price books. That is so true. Like I saw the Get Backers. Nobody fucking wants Get Backers except probably the man sitting right next to me.
It's true. It's true.
No, like I'm like, am I gonna get priced out of like collecting anime? Because it's like the only thing like I still somewhat collect from like my old manga tube, anime tube days is anime. I don't
Yeah.
collect like, like I don't collect like heavily as I used to. I might pick up
Really?
like one thing every couple of months or something like that, but it has to be for a decent price.
You'd be
And
like, get rid of that.
I know, get rid of that. Yeah. And so it just made me like start thinking like where is like that limit of like collecting? I guess Samurai Pizza Cats does have a video game coming out soon. That might be why. I mean, that video game does look pretty fire, to say the least. But yeah, like, and then I was thinking, like, can it go into like a negative space with collecting? Because I feel like as people who collect stuff and like especially put it out there online, um, do you think like it's like when you were doing it before, like making videos and stuff, like
Yeah.
you fed into that because you wanted to have like the biggest, bestest stuff in like your collection to like show off. I don't know really where I'm going with this, but that
I was like, are we talking about me still?
I'm just saying in like general. In
Yeah.
general, because like me, like towards the end of like collecting and like doing like YouTube content or in the manga tube sphere, like it seemed to always to be about the big hauls and like the clickbait and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it came to collecting, like I don't know. Because I mean, there's
Yeah.
kind of like a rush and a euphoria, I feel like, of like showing off, like, hey, what I got, you know?
Well, I feel like part of it is like the fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Um and so like you have some people that are doing that too, but then at other times you have where people are um like getting other stuff, like they're looking for those white whales, even though it's kind of like, what do you classify as a white whale and things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
Like I never really got into that because, like I'd see manga like months and months ahead of time that I thought were cool, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't hear anybody talking about it. I would just add it to a list and be like, "Hey, pick this up."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then however much money I threw at it, I threw at it. But, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff
Like
like that, it's just
I, I feel like there's like a sense, and it's something that people don't talk about. Is like of getting like Bo said and stuff like that, and how Justin says, getting swept up in everything when it comes to collecting. Because I feel like I don't want to say it's somewhat of a competition to be like, hey, look what I got. I got this. You don't got this. Like, so
right.
like I was watching a anime collection video before we got on. And this is where it kind of like brought me into this. And the guy hadn't been collecting for that long. And he was like, I got some anime in my collection that nobody else has. And I'm like, prove it. Prove it. Okay. Prove it. And he's like, he gets these two specific anime. And he's like, I have Gungrave. I don't see Gungrave in anybody's collection. And I'm like, okay, okay. And then he's like, I don't ever see Ghost in the Shell standalone complex
Yeah.
in people's collections. And I'm like, I look over at my stuff and I'm like, I have both of those things.
You're like, doesn't my buddy have some of that stuff too?
I was like, I have both of those. I was like, those aren't like rare like things. Like I went and Googled and searched like on eBay or whatever, like those, and like they're not hard to find, you know, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I
Um,
think I think some of that really comes down to like how um like the ages. I mean,
mhm.
like you and I both know about Gungrave, but like how interested in you were were you in it until we started covering it? Like you
I
didn't
think
complete it,
I
so it's
owned it.
not like
I have it. I have
yeah.
it. No, I own
I
it.
don't think it's really like heavy on a lot of people's lists, and
Hmm.
and then like Ghost in the Shell, I think because like Toonami and Cartoon Network with Adult Swim like ran the wazoo out of it, that nobody was like,
Hmm.
I can just watch it there. Like, why pick it up?
Yeah. 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 No, it's interesting. No, I feel like you can build some bad habits, Bo, and especially in 2020, because that's when we were all in fucking lockdown, right? It was 2020?
Like 2018,
Well, when were we in lockdown? For
like
like
2019.
the COVID? Yeah. Yeah. He says he still buys like he was back then. Yeah. We can't do that anymore, Bo. We can't buy like we used to. The way the economy is going, no, we can't.
That's
But
true.
what
We
were you
do
saying?
we do have
Uh,
tariff stuff now.
I mean, yeah, like I don't know. The guy seemed like young. He was younger, and
Yeah.
you can usually tell when a person starts collecting by what they have in their collection, and
Yes.
and like if it's DVD or just all Blu-rays. To be honest,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
um,
I think part of that as well is it's like what pod you're in,
yeah,
and I miswrite stuff too. I
I
miswrite
gotta
stuff.
say that was the biggest mistake I feel like ever happened to the anime industry was right
Yeah.
stuff going away.
Yeah. Um,
Anyways, continue.
but like you have like a little pod, so like I would consider
Yeah,
like me and you in the same pod or whatever, and other people that are around our ages and whatnot, like
yeah,
we're all in the same pod for that
we're
because
fucking
it's
old.
also, and so then you have like these young bucks,
There's young bloods, young
young
bloods,
bucks,
young.
um, they get stuff, and then nobody else their age has it, but they're not asking anybody that's older than them, like, hey, do you have that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
It's interesting.
by then, I really think a lot of people stop talking about it. I mean, you have so much stuff in your collection, but I don't think that a lot of people are going to be like, did you go look at Otaku Mike's collection? How much stuff does
Uh,
he have? They're not gonna ask that question. They're gonna
yeah,
say, well, who's all these people that are in your face with it? I don't see them having it,
yeah, yeah. No, yeah, most is definitely. R.I.P. Right stuff. So sad.
right?
So
Yeah.
sad. It was gone too soon. Even though I think it's been around for like 30 years. You know who has been killing it though? In
You make
like
me
the
you make me think of the rabbit from Life of Pets, where
what?
he's like, "R.I.P. Ricky,"
R.I.P. Ricky.
except we're doing R.I.P. Red Stuff.
You know who has been killing it? I've been really like creeping on their site.
What?
Rob's Anime Corner store.
Yeah,
And they with the anime, the manga, like all the different stuff you can get that's like
I
not
think
on
that's I
Crunchyroll.
think that's who I looked at for selling like Funko Pops with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's weird because like uh a lot of them are going for like 5, but I have like 3 or 4 of my scanned with their tracker system that were like, hey, this is $50, this is $40, this is 30. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I do jump in and watch the manga sloth. I haven't watched him recently in the past couple weeks. I think he finally shot that manga we were talking about. That episode we had the manga sloth on. He
Yeah.
told us that he was going to shoot a manga and send it in to get graded. I don't know if he did that already or not. Yeah,
Well,
we had I watch manga sloth sometimes, even
long
though
long time coming.
I don't like collect manga anymore. Like I still check in on him like every once in a while, you know.
I don't look at anybody. Like you got to come find me.
I only check him out because he pops up on my feed sometimes. But
Some people
he's
will be like, they'll be like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while.
yeah.
How do I find you? And I'm like, talk to Otaku Mike.
Otaku Mike.
Yeah,
Otaku Mike knows where I
you're like
am.
the Watson to my Sherlock. Like, I'll be somewhere and you're like, hey, somebody asked about you. I'll be like, oh, hey.
Okay, so he did shoot the manga. I'm guessing he did shoot the manga. Was it an issue of Berserk #1 that he shot? Because that's what he told us on the podcast that we had him on.
Berserk #1,
Yeah,
the $50 copy.
I
That's in the
think
leather-bound book.
he told us off there that he was going to shoot a volume 1 of Berserk and send it in to get graded, and he was going to like display it in his collection or whatever, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he
Yeah,
was on the podcast.
yeah, Justin, he was on the podcast. If you go and listen to our podcast, he was like, we did like almost like a 2-hour podcast with the Manga Sloth. We actually do have guests on sometimes on our podcast. Most
This
of the
is
time,
true.
Oh, he did. Okay, so he did get it graded. So that's good to see that he went with his plan and got it graded.
Yeah.
So let's go. I have to go and watch that episode or that the video. Yeah, we have guests on the podcast. We've had Zaku Aurelius was on the podcast. We've had Meet the Weeb family on the podcast. He was one of our first podcast episodes. We've had oh god, why am I blanking on his name? He went by the manga guy, but now I think he's something else now. We had that manga guy on. We had a couple of podcasts that are now defunct on our podcast. We had Gemini Manga was on. We had Dindor, who now goes by Danny Japani now, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. We had Dindor on. Yeah, we've had people on. We just don't have them on because a lot of them don't ask. Or
we've had Nick on, I think, twice.
Yeah, we've had Heartless Weeb on twice. So like we've had a lot of people on the podcast. It's hard to set up times to come on the podcast and stuff. But yeah, if anybody ever wants to come on the podcast and like just chat, and about whatever, we can do whatever, you just got to ask, or we have to ask you. It's one of the two.
You gotta have the equipment though. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta have the equipment.
Disclaimer. We don't have a care package we send out to everybody that says, hey.
Yeah. Hey, get on. You got to have this to get on here. Yeah. No, we had the Manga Sloth on. He was really fun to talk to. Yeah, you'll have to go back and listen to that episode with the Manga Sloth on it. I believe it was called what was it, like Insider Exclusive with the Manga Sloth. I think it was.
Sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah. You want to come back on the podcast? Well, I mean, I guess you can come back on. We only get 2 hours on StreamYard, so a month. So if you want to come back on StreamYard, you can. But if you want to come back on Zencaster, we can go as long as you want on Zencaster. Just saying, But yeah, no, we've had people on the podcast. It never like really. It's hard to get people. Oh, we know who we had on the podcast. I forgot we had on the podcast.
Who?
We had the Dark Sage was on the podcast.
We did have Dark Sage on the podcast.
We had Dark Sage on the podcast. He was a really fun guy to talk to. Really fun guy. I'm surprised we didn't get him on earlier, and how much we like bonded and talked with him and stuff was a lot of fun. Like he was.
Yeah.
He was.
Well, and I just think it's funny how like you'll start talking to people and you're like, hey, you want to come on the podcast?
Yeah.
And then like somehow people are like, oh yeah, I know Jen Graves, and I'm like, how the hell do you know who I am?
Yeah.
And
well, see, that's why we start.
They'll say stuff or they know about me, like whispers in the wind or something like that, and it'll be like, oh yeah, or then they, you talk to them and they don't think like I have a ton of experience with manga, and then we talk to them and they're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Let me ask you, is there anybody, so I kind of feel like I already had my my like golden like my like grail of like person I wanted to have on the podcast, which you made that happen. You made that happen. Who is one person like you would want to have come on the podcast?
Something that I want to have on the podcast.
Yeah,
Uh,
they are great creators.
that I want to have on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know me, like we could have like almost anybody on and I'd have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And especially like anime manga related. I mean, probably like a voice actor or somebody, maybe if you could find any of those that would talk to us. I don't know. I mean, like, I'd be happy if we had like Otaku Tiff on. So
Well, I don't know if I can make that happen, but we
that'd
can
be
try.
that'd
We can
be
try.
great because then it'd be like, let's air out this dirty laundry, bro.
We don't have any dirty laundry anymore, okay? We got rid of that YouTube drama shit.
I mean, we might know from Otaku Tiff if you wear your underwear one day and then you're like, hold on, let me flip it inside out.
I
The
mean,
outside's still good.
sometimes you gotta flip them inside out,
You know, there might be some shit like that we find out about you.
Sometimes you get a little like you forget to do laundry, and sometimes you have to flip them inside out. You never know.
Buddy, MeUndies subscription. That's what
Or
you go
when
with right
when
there.
you like you ever like this might get a little too personal. You ever like blow out the crotch of your underwear, like in between
No.
your legs?
No.
I fucking did that one time at work. This is the weirdest feeling ever.
I'm telling you, make the investment. Get you some MeUndies.
Look, I did. I made an investment and I stopped wearing Fruit of the Looms, okay?
Oh yeah, those are bad. Listen, there's only one pair I still have that I think are Fruit of the Loom, and it's because one of my exes bought them for me, and I laugh at it.
Uh-huh.
And if I don't have any swim trunks that are like clean, or I left them somewhere or whatever,
Yeah.
like at my sister's house or whatever, because she's got a pool, then I will wear those to take my ice baths and stuff in. And it's funny that I love it because it says on the crotch of it, the perfect gag gift.
Oh.
And so those are the only ones that I have that are still that, but everything else are MeUndies.
Okay. Let me ask you. You watching any new anime recently that we haven't talked about on the podcast?
Add that extra stipulation on it, wouldn't you? I can't be like, I've seen I almost said Daredevil. Devil May Cry. No, I can tell you like what shows I've watched.
Yeah.
I can do that. MeUndies, the breathable underwear that you should get.
Oh man.
No, I'll tell you, like I had those other ones, and the funniest thing,
Yeah.
because by accident, my ex got them for me as one of those like couples packs, right?
Uh-huh.
So she had a set, I had a set. Every time I wore those, I had a really good fucking day. Like took
Wait.
my work day from being like a starting out at automatically at a 5 to automatically starting out at an 8.
Okay.
And then so I was like, you know what? I'm making the investment. I'm gonna get these. Now I think I have like over 100 pairs of underwear, which is probably like as much as some people have shoes.
That's a lot of underwear, I feel like.
Well, you know, like starting out, I got like enough for like 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And then I just keep paying for the membership. So I've gotten one every month ever since.
Okay. But yeah, have you watched any new anime recently? Or read any new mangas?
I've read some new hentai. That's about it.
So like my allergies are bothering me today. So I know like you're not down on this anime because I said we should cover it for the podcast, and you were like, no, hell fucking no, we're not covering this for the podcast. I started watching the new Roni Kenshin anime on Netflix. It's pretty good.
Just a remake from the
The
original.
the remake of the original, yeah.
And they want to be like, hey, he doesn't have an afro, a samurai afro, mind you, because he is an Asian guy. So we have to make it where he looks like he's got depressed hair.
Well, you talking about Roni Kenshin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember him having an afro.
He kind of had like that whole afro shaped
I don't know.
because it was rounded. But now he looks like a depressed emo kid.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've been enjoying the remake of Roni Kenshin. I don't know what Super Ball Girls is, but it sounds like a sexual thing, and I'm here for that if it is. You have
Who
anything to add?
knows?
You have any? I don't know. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't regularly pick up new manga anymore, unless it's series that I'm currently reading. I don't go out of my way to pick up new manga because nothing interests me at all. Like I don't know what it was, but like nothing new interests me, and I'm like, I just don't have that drive to get it or read it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but maybe we
No,
talked about this before.
there's some that I would probably pick up if I had the option and like if I had more room and I got
Yeah.
rid of some of the ones that I have that I kind of don't care about that I'm probably not going to read anytime soon.
Bo, did you
But
read Super Ball Girls, Bo? If let us know how Super Ball Girls is from the creator of it's from the creator of Blue Lock. I've never read Blue Lock, so I don't know if that's any good or not. I see
Jiggity.
it. What? I don't know what that is. I don't know what Blue Lock is. Wait, is Blue Lock the soccer anime? Is that sound about right? I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's the soccer one, but I don't like soccer. Soccer's stupid. Or football. I don't like football.
I don't know.
See,
But
yes.
then there's some manga that's also just gotten to me enough where like certain ones, like if I don't know 100% I'm going to enjoy it, I don't want to read it anymore.
Okay. I'll tell you what I am reading. I picked up and I actually read this weekend. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I picked up Moonshine Bigfoot. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's about a moonshiner who is Bigfoot, is what it is. And he drives a fast car and he has a hippie girlfriend. So what happened was Bigfoot's family are in a forest fire, basically. And they put their Bigfoot baby on a logging truck. And the logging truck gets sent down to Georgia, of all places,
With the devil?
with the devil. And he gets picked up by some country bumpkins, basically, and becomes a moonshiner in Georgia. Yeah. And the Bigfoot people were trying to get him. And he's like, no, I have this magical moonshine. And he makes moonshine runs. It's actually kind of fun. It's
Yeah.
not like a bad like first issue. I'm gonna have a video coming out about it like later on, probably this week or something. But yeah, like science fiction softcore with a decent story. Hardcore or nothing, just saying.
Hey, I'll get my guy on that. This guy right here.
Yeah, no. I have a video coming out about Moonshine Bigfoot. I think tomorrow. I think it is. I don't remember when I scheduled it. Uh, but yeah, and he drives fast cars, and he is getting away from the law, kind of like Dukes of Hazard, without the tinge of racism in it. no American, no Confederate flags or anything like that. None of that bullshit.
America.
America. It's America without the Confederacy, I
Yeah.
guess. And there's like the secret organization that wants to kidnap him and stuff and get his magical moonshine.
This is
And
sounding like Preacher, but with Bigfoot.
and then you have like the American Bigfoot and cryptozoic hunters who are like trying to get him. And he has like a Bigfoot, not like a Bigfoot, but he has like a moonshine rival who he likes to race cars with and stuff. That's pretty fun and stuff.
They played
Yeah.
chicken.
They play chicken and like they like to race and stuff. Yeah. It's just
So it's also making me think. I'll watch some movies at work sometime, just when I got a little free time.
what I watch movies at work too.
And I watched Dazed and Confused last week.
For the first time.
No, I've seen it before, but it's been a really long time, so I didn't remember. Like, I knew bits and pieces, but
Yeah.
that's what that made me think about.
Oh, really? Really? Okay.
But
Yeah. I mean, like
I've
it's set in
also
the
been
80s.
I've also been like checking like shows off my list, trying to get through them and stuff. So that's been
Yeah.
fun. I
Yeah,
just finished the last bit of Supernatural.
oh, you did. What did
Yeah,
what did you think of that ending?
that montage at the end.
That ending that happens where they die.
I mean, it was fine, but it's
Yeah.
also pretty weird because they had that whole scene where Dean originally died. Spoilers.
Yeah, Dean dies. Dean dies.
And then he's just driving around heaven, and it's just a montage of basically that, and then Sam raising his kid until he gets old and dies, and
Old Sam looked weird. With that all the
old and,
makeup.
and pre-old Sam looked weird.
Yeah,
Wherever
yeah.
the scene where he gets back in the car and he's like trying to remember, he gets in, he clutches the wheel, and he looks like a scraggly old man. And I was like, man, they really did a good job, like making Jared Padalecki look that way. Because I've seen a little bit of Walker, I guess,
Yeah,
for
Walker.
when he did
Yeah.
Texas Ranger, and you're like, okay, you look kind of like Sam, but you're a little different,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Are you gonna start on the Winchesters?
I've seen a little bit of that, but
that show ended
probably.
up that show ended up getting canceled, sadly.
Yeah.
I wish that show went on for a little bit more than what it did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably try and watch that and the animated one.
I saw good old Walker in person one time. Good old
I've seen
Chucky Norris.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about
Well,
Jared Padalecki.
Well, I could probably see him too because he lives in Texas as well. But
excuse me, my friend would like your autograph. Can I?
Chuck lives like a good 30 minutes away from where I live. So I've seen him like a couple times in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to name drop, but we have shooken hands before, just saying.
I'm just gonna be like, you're my hero.
You're my hero. You're my hero. You're my hero. You keep all the monsters away at nighttime, Chuck. Just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, no, it was good. I like how they did the little ending too, where they did the whole thing where they were in heaven, and then right after that, they I guess they droned it where there was all the cast of that time, all the main cast, where they were all thanks for being a part of our group for 15 years and things like that. There's just some of them that are like that I think really make the ending of a show pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Bo said it was okay. Bo said it was okay.
What?
Supernatural. He said the ending was just okay. The ending was
Yeah,
just
I mean,
okay.
there wasn't much pizzazz to it.
Yeah, it was kind of simple in a way, like no like really like end of the world type of shit, if I remember correctly. For
Yeah.
that.
Well, like they ended all that like the episode before, so that was kind of like a little leery because
Yeah.
they were talking about it, and I was like, okay, so what are we gonna do for the last episode? They
Yeah.
defeated Chuck the Rider or God,
Yeah.
and then Jack became the new God, and I was like, okay, they kind of ended it where it could be almost short and sweet right there. Like, what are they gonna do for another episode? So
Yeah.
like going into it, I was already kind of like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that series had like its ups and downs, but it was decent. It was a decent, watch. Hey, do not besmirch Angel. That show is a classic. Angel is a classic. We don't besmirch Angel and its ending. I like that show. We got to
We're gonna
cover for the
are we
podcast.
gonna review it for the podcast?
We're gonna review that, and we're gonna review Buffy.
Oh my god.
So we have to review
I
Buffy.
know some people that would love us to do that, or like Hercules or
Oh,
Xena.
I love those shows. I
Yeah, I mean
watched
there'd be a lot.
I watch those shows regularly. Oh no! Oh, he loved the ending of Angel. Okay, see, you were about to be on the shit list, but now you're okay. You got some cool points back. Oh, he said yes, review them. So that'll be another like what 10 years of the podcast right there. Is
My
or I
gosh.
guess we could watch the episodes and do like a season an episode, which that would be weird to do. But we
I
could
don't
like
know if I could do all that. Because how many episodes is it in a season?
I think it's like at least like 20. I think I don't remember.
I mean, I could do like 10 and 10.
I don't remember. I mean, they'll just watch all of the episodes for that season, and then we talk about them all the episodes in one episode of the podcast.
I feel like we should do like mid-season finale and then from mid-season finale to finale.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of
Because if
episodes.
you're like, hey buddy, I want you to cover all this, I'm gonna be like, what am I supposed to talk to you about?
Well, I mean, we used to do that for the podcast episode when we would watch like anime. We used to watch like an entire season and cover it in one episode.
Not 20 something though.
We, I think we came close to it.
It'd be like 10.
I don't remember. Like, see, the thing is, like, I
It'd be
can't
like
fuck it.
10.
I can't binge stuff anymore because I forget shit.
Okay, then we can't do 10 and 10. Then we're gonna have to do like 5 and 5.
I mean, I feel like wait, are we gonna do that when Peacemaker season 2 comes out? Are we gonna cover all of Peacemaker in one episode?
Probably not.
Because we did that for the first season, or we talked
Probably
about
not.
why not? I mean, we talked about season 1 of Peacemaker. We gotta talk about season 2 of Peacemaker.
Sometimes you gotta roll with the times and you gotta change it up.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't
Sure you
know.
can.
I like
Sure you
Peacemaker.
can.
I like Peacemaker too much.
Well, I know you. You'll just watch it all the way through, and then we'll cover the first episode. You'll watch it the night before, and then that next week you'll watch it from episode 2 all the way through again.
Yeah.
And by the time we get to the last episode, you will have watched the last episode like 30 fucking times.
I guess. You know who we should have on the podcast? The guy who's watching us right now, Bo.
John
Bo
Cena.
John, we should have John Cena, but we should have Bo versus the world on the podcast because he's been a trooper tonight. He's been the only person to stay on this podcast till now.
Yeah, we're just to go.
Yeah, I don't know. He left. He was a wimp. He was a wimp. He couldn't take it. He couldn't take it on the podcast. But I just gotta say, I think this is a good place to wrap up this episode of the podcast.
Oh,
Seeing
I
as
thought of somebody. I thought of somebody we could have on that lives in Texas,
who,
and I would only do it for my little guy.
what,
You got to get like the Unspeakable cast on.
who?
Unspeakable.
I don't know what that is.
You got to look it up. He's a YouTube star. His name is Mr. Unspeakable.
I don't know. He must not be popular because I don't know him.
Oh, they're super popular.
He's building a tower. I don't know what are you building a tower out of?
Manga. It's a manga tower.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have our people contact your people, and we can set something up. It'll be a whole thing.
But you're my people.
I know. Okay, I know.
But yeah, and besides that, like the only other thing I've been doing is playing or learning how to play Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid.
Oh yeah, that looks fun.
That
looks fun.
It's a board game.
Oh yeah, his computer blew up. If you didn't know that, I think it was.
I did not know that.
His computer like crapped out on him. So he's not building the Tower of Juraga. He's not building the Tower of Juraga. He is, or the two towers. He's building a tower of a computer.
He could be.
You never know.
Maybe his computer runs on two towers.
Oh, does he have the one ring to rule them all?
Yeah, that's what his converter is that goes in between them.
You're so stupid.
I mean, sometimes.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Power Rangers is pretty fun. So
yeah,
I'm about to make an order for that next week, which I gotta play it with some of my friends because they're gonna go.
How many games are you playing at the moment?
What do you mean?
Because I feel like you're playing like a new game every week.
I play almost a game every day, or I'm learning how to play a game every day.
That's a lot.
And sometimes it's longer than that because maybe like ADHD, I don't understand the rules just enough, so I have to watch a video or something like that. And then on game nights, like we'll sit down and do like a lot. So
okay.
Yeah. Some of the pictures that like you're seeing on Bard's Tavern are games that I got, but maybe I haven't played yet, or maybe I have played them or whatever. If you don't see it laid out on the table, then I probably haven't. And I would say 99% of those are games that I'm playing in the moment that I took a picture of.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 1% is me trying to lay something out to just get a good picture.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'm hoping to do more professional like layouts for it.
If you like Dungeons and Dragons and like board games and stuff, because you're boring, you're boring. Go check out Mr. Bard's Tavern over here on Instagram nowadays. He has become an influencer of nerd shit. Pretty good one, I have to say.
Did you know I'm one away from 1,300?
No, I did not know that.
I'm one away.
That's good. Then
I can be like, lucky number 13, baby.
Hey, put that back. Don't show your skin. This is a family show. We don't show our titties on the show.
Oh, I mean, we got to go so much farther down, like past Deadpool's eyes.
But check out our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Reach out to us on our Instagram. Follow us. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. We'll try to be back next month for another live stream, or maybe at the end of this month. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. For probably a longer live stream. Hey, who knows?
We are at the end of this month.
We are at the end of this month. Okay, so we'll be back next month because we only get like 2 hours a month because we don't want to pay for this StreamYard shit. Remember when it used to be free?
Remember when names had names that were memorable instead of like Spotify? That's what I have.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. And now
Yeah.
it's like everything's called Spotify. How do I know which one you're talking about now?
Yeah. But I just gotta say, I'm gonna put this out there. Yeah, I know you might be watching Bizarre Individual. Reach out to us. We'll have you on the podcast.
It's so stupid.